Hello and welcome to this practical example of data science with Tableau. In this example, we are going to be taking a look at clustering. Now, what you see on your screen is a prime example of how clustering can help us to make different groups of data and visualize them in a way that is beneficial for the end audience and also give great insights about the data points within a given data set. So what we are going to be doing in this example is build a visualization that has the sum of sales and the sum of profit, and what we are going to be doing is plotting all the customer IDs and then clustering them on the graph so that we come to know which ones are grouped together and which ones are not so similar together. So that's going to be the example of clustering. In this section, we're going to build the visualization which we saw earlier and retrace the steps that need to be taken to build the cluster analysis. We're going to be starting out again with the profit over here. So we're going to be clicking on the profit. There you go. You see the profit on the rows shelf over there. The next step is to put the sales on the column shelf. What you can do is double click or just drag the sum of sales over to the columns shelf. Now let's see what happens. What you see here is the one single point which has the profit and the sales on the Y and the X axis respectively. What this has done is sum the sales and sum of the profit and plotted it onto the graph. But now what we're going to do is give it a level of detail so that the sum of sales and sum of profit is for a particular customer ID. So we want all of the customer IDs to be represented. In said another way, we want all the customers to be represented on this particular graph. So the way we are going to be doing that is just drag the customer ID to the details mark. And what that does is then plot all the customers. So if we go and just hover over a particular circle over here, it represents a customer ID. Now in this particular case, it's 3397, which is the customer ID, and so on and so forth. All these customer IDs are represented on the graph. Here on the marks card, it is in the automatic sense. So what we are going to do is change to circle. There you go. You see the circles. We're just going to clean up the visualization a little bit by reducing the size so that the circles are more distinct. There you go. And then building the cluster analysis is as simple as going to the analytics pane, and then the cluster model is available under the model section. And then again, what we're going to do is just simply drag the cluster into the sheet. Once you come into the sheet, you'll see a pop-up that says create clusters, and what we're going to do is then just leave it over there, and automatically what you'll be able to see is the clusters are created. Now here the number of clusters is set to automatic. So what Tableau has done behind the scenes is that the engine worked and it's selected the best model, and it has selected to have just 3 clusters. So this is a k-means algorithm in the backend. What that k stands for is the number of clusters. So right now our k has automatically been designated to 3, and the variables that we have used are sum of profit and sum of sales. One thing to mention, the way that Tableau has distinguished this whole particular graph is through the colors mark. The clusters have automatically been assigned a color, so that's 1, 2 and 3, and there you go. You have your 3 distinct clusters that groups similar customer IDs together. So that's how you build your first data science visualization. I hope this clears the steps and shows you how exactly to build your first cluster analysis in Tableau. Thank you so much for listening to this, and we are going to be taking more examples on clustering in future videos. Thank you.